Welcome back, folks, to another episode of the Weekly Dweeb. With me, as always, outside the last 2 weeks, I wasn't here, is Kev, the curmudgeon himself. Kev, how are we doing?
Happy Monday, everyone. I hope your first day of the work week went better than mine did, but I'm very thrilled to be here with all of you. That's what's important. That's all that matters, James. How about yourself? Welcome back, brother.
I am great. I think I'm doing much better than Kev right now, so I feel for him. I've had a much better Monday than him. I am also going to shout out Kev. Obviously, I've been gone for almost 2 weeks. Kev carried this channel while I was gone, and every stream he had, if you combine the second one together, had over 100 viewers each time. So shout out Kev. We're giving Kev the shout out tonight. I'm going to cheer up the curmudgeon here. And then Shadow pops in here right here. What is up, Shadow?
All of it sucks.
There's a lot of very busy show tonight. We've got MCU news, DCU news. That is it correct? I think that's the correct term, is the DCU, right? I think that's what they're going with.
I call it the JG DCU. All right.
The JGU, James Gunn's universe.
Yeah, there it is. That's even better.
We got Last of Us release date, James Bond news if we get to it, and Assassin's Creed news. Headbug is illegally streaming Assassin's Creed Shadows right now, a month ahead of its release date. She must have got it for her birthday.
Nice.
All right, Kev. Captain Curmudgeon. I actually love that. Where do we want to start tonight, Kev? Where do you want to start at?
Put it on a shirt. You know what? I wouldn't mind starting with a moment that had me yelling at the top of my lungs. Ooh. One of us, and that was Mr. Kojima's feedback.
Yes.
To one.
Yes.
Captain America film, which I will finally be watching tomorrow because based on the initial feedback, no way I was paying full price for this bad boy. We're waiting for a discount Tuesday. I'll be watching it tomorrow, and it's unfortunate for Hideo and myself because, I mean, who better to watch a movie with? But it's unfortunate he didn't have somebody like me or somebody like James to sit there and explain everything to him, because as a fan of just the movies, our boy had no idea what the hell was going on.
Not a clue. Not a single clue. Hideo went to see Captain America Brave New World over the weekend, and I'm just going to read his tweet verbatim here. I watched Captain America Brave New World in IMAX. I vaguely remember Sam receiving the shield in Endgame, but when did he officially become Cap? Is it because I haven't seen the Falcon and the Winter Soldier? And what's this about the Avengers being reorganized? I'm also getting it mixed up with the Thunderbolts trailer. Kev,
aren't we all?
Sounds like Hideo has the same problem everybody's having right now. He's just
one of us.
Just confused. So what are your thoughts on this? Because I think I'm going to agree with, like, I've watched it all, so I know, but I completely understand where he's coming from.
Yeah, I think he said it what we've complained about very often on this program and on Wednesday nights with the other IP that Disney has done its best part to butcher. The required viewing of the television shows that are then not very good only works to dilute the product that you have that people are still interested in. You know, you can learn a lot from this, probably, unless you're some idiot suit working at a Hollywood studio. They'll probably learn nothing from this if history is any notion. But, you know, we found out, all right, you can still get somebody like Kojima, probably a bit of a fan of storytelling and stories, you know, a bit of a film fan, bit of a film buff. So maybe not your everyday rube, but generally speaking, you don't have to be locked into the MCU to still pull somebody to go watch a movie. You just have to have CGI Harrison Ford and a little bit of a marketing budget, and you'll still get asses in the seats. But unfortunately, when those asses get in those seats, they're not going to have a damn idea what the hell is going on or really any reason to care. When was the last time he just told us the last time we saw Sam in a film was freaking Endgame? How long was that?
Long time.
All this
Feels
other
like
shit's happened off
very long
screen.
time.
And also I do think he's correct in my final piece being that I don't know if it's a joke or he's being honest, getting it mixed up with the Thunderbolts trailer. They're so damn generic. These movies have become like a white label coffee shop. You know, it's like, yeah, just come in, put your brand on it, and we'll ship it out for you. Like that seems like that's what Marvel Studios is now. Like, oh, it's just the same shit anyway. It's same paint by number shit. We're gonna have you
who cares?
Fight in the evil, the antithesis of yourself. You're gonna fight basically you. That's what the final villain will be. Is just you. We've got our little paint by numbers here, and then we can just slap. You know, move out Thor, move in Hawkeye, move out Cap, move in Falcon. It doesn't matter. See right there. Yeah, Harl's like,
there's the
comment. Most properties apart anyway.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's a problem. It's a huge problem. Like they diluted the product and moved it off screen because they wanted to drive viewership to Disney Plus, and now people don't know what the fuck's going on, right? And that's just one series. There's a whole bunch of other series like that are going to tie in other movies and shit.
How many questions you think he's going to have when he watches the Thunderbolts?
Oh. We've talked about that previously. How many shows or movies you got to watch to get that one? It's out of control.
And they still won't have well-developed characters. It's crazy.
Yeah, exactly, right? It's not good. And it's a huge problem. The MCU obviously has got huge problems right now. We've talked about that. I've also been told by a couple people I know that have seen the movie that Red Hulk being revealed in promo material and trailers was a really stupid idea. Was stupid. They should have hid, like, that should have been the big reveal in the movie, and it was set up in the movie like that. However, it was ruined beforehand. And what did we talk about a lot on preview reviews, Kev? Don't fucking spoil movies.
God forbid you give me a reason to want to give you my money.
Yeah.
Like, I'm an idiot. If you had kept Red Hulk behind the paywall, I would have already paid to see this movie. Maybe. Probably would have gotten leaked to Twitter. And so if it had looked really bad, maybe I don't go see it. But yeah, it's just, you have an attraction right here, Harrison Ford as the Red Hulk. Maybe that's a reason people might go pay to see your movie. So let's give it to you for free in the trailer.
Yeah. Instead of leaving suspense out there. Is he? Is he not? Who is he? He's got to be, right? We got to go watch and find out. No, instead you ruin it because you want to put him in your promo material. You want to put him on
first
this.
Look at Harrison Ford as the Red Hulk. It's all CGI, but here's the first look.
Like, who cares?
You
want to put behind the scenes.
There's a Green Hulk already. We know what it's going to look like. They got to put. They want to put him on this poster, right? And then there's the other one too. As like,
dude, they're doing Is that what they did? Did they do a Flash? Completely different reasons, mind you. Anthony Mackie just makes the same face every time. He's no Ezra Miller when it comes to being a pain in everyone's ass. But at a certain point, did they realize, oh, people don't necessarily love this Captain America, so the draw is now Hulk? Did they say, hey, we know you hate the Flash, so this is a Batman movie now? Is that what they did? They're just like, well, we could, just wait for you to see Red Hulk to go actually in the theater and watch the movie. But nah, this is going to be a Red Hulk movie now because nobody likes Sam. Just leave Kojima up there. There you go. That would probably be better.
Well, they couldn't probably just do a Red Hulk movie because there's still some weird rights issues there, right? With Universal. Like that's why they
Oh
can't.
God,
That's why they can't do
maybe.
solo Hulk movies. So there's something weird there, but
I love how Marvel's incompetence is just a gift that keeps on giving. Every once in a while, you're reminded
I
of like
am
30 years ago when they were idiots the first time. And you're like,
when they
oh yeah, I
sold all the
forgot.
rights
They
away.
sold
Yeah,
all their rights like a couple of fucking idiots
yeah,
for a quick buck.
uh,
Jeez,
yeah.
you get what you
Really
deserve.
awesome.
All of this is earned. I don't feel sorry for you
I
anymore, Marvel.
I don't feel sorry for them at all. Listen, they made this movie is still making pretty good money. The question, like I have, is how did they fall so hard so fast? Like they didn't have a post end game plan, right? And they should not have. They should have just let it be.
They didn't have a post end game plan. They panicked during the pandemic, which I can give just about everybody a pass on because we probably all
Yeah.
did it in one form or another. But then they misread the tea leaves when it came to what the future of their industry was going to look like. I think,
Well, they thought nothing was going
um,
back to theaters. Probably it's probably part
yeah,
of it.
I think there was an
Over.
overvaluation of streaming services based on the fact that we were all forced to be in our homes for like a year and a half. And I
Mhm.
think they thought that that would change things in a way that they wouldn't revert back, not
Mhm.
realizing that people are always going to want to leave their house to some degree. Like, some of the ultra introverts may not, but no. I think they, and then because of those mishandlings, you've got not only bad numbers, and that fucks up business decisions because then
Mhm.
now certain movies won't be made. And then when the more of these bad movies come out, you've got people who just aren't interested. Like it, I never used to go myself. I would never have a stretch this long where I haven't been in a movie theater. Now, some of that has just been being maybe a little busier than I'd like to be. But dude, it's been like 3 or 4 months since I've watched a movie in a theater because it's like what's been good. And so it feels like it's just a
Yeah.
lot of different like actions and reactions to things that happen that I don't know that there's one big answer for how we got here, but um it the biggest part of it was just not having a plan and not knowing, not having a good person in charge to know what the hell to do when shit stops going according to plan.
Which,
No,
yeah. Which, speaking of, you reminded me I had forgot to pull up a tab, but you were talking about not having any clue what they're doing. Over the weekend they paused development on Nova, Strange Academy, and Terror Inc. TV series.
yeah,
These are new
good.
shows in development. They were never greenlit, but they stopped development on. It's kind of just a telltale sign, right? Like they just don't know what the fuck they're doing. Like I don't know if any of these shows would have been any good, but at least they sound different. But also maybe they'd be better as
Nova,
fucking movies.
yeah, Nova is a niche character that I would like to know more about, which is why I'm glad that Disney's not doing a show of it because
Yeah.
then I feel like it'd ruin it and be like, yeah, you know what? Never mind. Might save me some money on future comic purchases. So actually, you know what? Disney greenlight that one again. I need help. Save me from myself.
Right. And other DC, like we also found out over the weekend that Moon Knight will return. This kind of all goes together, but it won't be in a season 2 of its own show, even though they left it on quite the wild cliffhanger that probably needed to be visited in another series. Let's see here. Marvel television head Brad Winderbaum said fans can expect more of Oscar Isaac's MCU character, but not as part of the second season of the Disney Plus show. That's because Marvel Television, the division responsible for Marvel's TV shows, has changed direction.
Yeah,
They're
well, you
taking
don't
more of
say.
now. Marvel Television is taking more of a traditional TV approach with shows that have annual releases. This is an exact quote. So I think Marvel Television has happened in waves, and I think Moon Knight happened in a wave of shows that were going to establish characters that would tie into the future. Priorities have shifted. We're making shows that can exist as annual releases, more like television. So, Kev, I mean, that fits right in. Like, I can't remember your thoughts on Moon Knight. I can't remember it all.
It was not the worst Marvel show for sure. Yeah, I wanted it to be better. I wanted to like it more, right? Like I think
Mhm.
sometimes expectations are your own worst enemy. I thought it was
Yeah,
good,
yeah.
not great, but it did some cool stuff, and I was honestly I was a little interested to see what they would do with a second season.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it's hard to even it's hard to feel anything other than, oh, okay, well, at least this won't be ruined by a second season. Like
Yeah.
they've swung and missed so many times that at this point I'm just like, just draw a walk. You know what? We don't have to swing at every pitch. We can, you don't have to swing at any of them for a little while. You know, you could just simmer down, Disney, and just take a break. Why don't you just take a load off, take a little mental health break? And once a story comes to you, maybe then you should write that one down and get back to us.
Which, speaking of stories coming to them and doing stuff, the obvious things that we think they should be doing is that Winterbaum also confirmed they're actively developing the first X-Men movie,
Oh,
which
great time for it.
see, is it 5 years too late? Like, when did they they bought the rights to these characters so long ago? Everybody knew they should be the focus post Endgame, and yet we still don't have a movie.
Now, some of this is that scumbag Jonathan Majors' fault, right? Is he a scumbag, right? Is it proven scumbaggery? Should I say some of it is the alleged scumbag Jonathan Majors' fault because
he wrecked
those
Kang
idiots
Yeah.
fell for it and said, oh, yeah, dude, Kang, he's going to be great. That can be our next Thanos. And then we won't need X-Men. And I wonder, James, it's a big what if for me. I ask myself, not very regularly, because I don't care that much, but every once in a while I'll say, you know, what if that final episode of Loki season 1 had just sucked? Where would we be now? We wouldn't have committed the next 2 decades of storytelling to revolve around one actor that was going to play 1,000 roles. You know, again, Ezra Miller joke, insert Ezra joke here. But it felt like that kind of led them astray, and then we're going to use the multiverse. Maybe that's where we'll bring the X-Men in. So instead of just saying like, these people want the X-Men, they've wanted it for a long time, that's what we would do. Kev, I would like to clarify they are mutants now in 2025. Can't offend anyone except the fans. Oh yeah, dude, this thing on its own, just like X-Men, you know, it's going to be viewed as woke at some point, right? Like you can't do the X-Men and not get political. Good luck, pal.
Yeah.
You're going to piss somebody off doing the X-Men too. So in this climate, in this barren desert of Hollywood, X-Men is going to come in and thrive. Good luck. Have fun. Let me know if it's worth watching. I won't be there on opening night.
I don't. Yeah, I can't. I don't know if there's an MCU movie in development right now that I'm like, I have to be there opening night. I didn't even see Deadpool and Wolverine opening night. I saw it opening weekend, but
that's what it would take, honestly. The next time Marvel. Well, no, people might care about the Fantastic Four. I also will believe it when I see it when it comes to the Fantastic Four, because you fool me once, shame on you. But as a wise president once said, you fool me twice, you can't get fooled again. So, you know, I'm not going to go into the third Fantastic Four rendition of my lifetime and expect it to somehow go differently this time. No, it's probably going to suck. I agree with
I was going to
Shadow
say,
as well. More
there hasn't
R-rated.
been a
Let's
good
make
one
the
yet.
R-rated. You know what? R-rated Fantastic Four. Let's see how invisible Sue Storm really is. You know what I'm saying? Nah, that's probably a bad idea. But I am in for more rated R movies. Nosferatu meets Fantastic Four. This time it's the Thing stealing Mr. Fantastic's wife. We're close. I'm somewhere.
So close.
Fantastic foreplay.
Ah, there he is.
Nice one, Harles. Yes.
Oh shit. I don't. I don't.
We're all getting fucked by Marvel anyway. Might as well. Anyway, just make more movies like Logan and Blade. How hard is that? Hey,
Well, they can't even get the Blade script right. Like,
dude, yeah, they tried with the Blade thing.
The Blade deal.
Oh, geez, I didn't need. I don't want these people thinking I'm coming up with these great jokes. You know?
Yeah, Kev can't take credit for all this.
I'm just a jukebox.
Jukebox hero. All right, let's shift here. We've crushed the MCU enough, so we might as well go to the DCU, the James Gunn U, whatever the fuck you want to call it, and get them as well. See if we're excited about anything going on over there.
Opportunity curmudgeons.
Yes, correct. Confirmed that Robert Pattinson will not be the DCU Batman. James Gunn and Peter Safran have confirmed the Brave and the Bold will introduce a new Batman into the DCU, ruling out actor Robert Pattinson. Speaking during a DC Studios presentation, Gunn said, "It's certainly not the plan. It's certainly not the plan. No, of Pattinson crossing over in the DCU. We love him, but we've got to introduce a Batman into the DCU. That's imperative. So that's the plan with the Brave and the Bold."
This is a tough one.
This is an interesting. It's an interesting one, Kev. I don't know how I feel about this.
I don't hate it. And I think this is one of those moments where two things can be true at the same time. I agree with Shadow where he says, I think Robert Pattinson Batman is working. I agree with that as well. Like, I'm not in any rush to see him retired as Batman. I also think that Matt Reeves is going to just be his own thing.
Yeah.
And I'm fine with that
positive,
too.
Right?
Yeah. I agree with you on that one. And so because of that, I think I tend to lean into agreement with the idea that it should be a different Batman because it's going to be a Batman at a different stage in his life, in a different DC universe. And I personally don't need them to overlap at all. I'd rather they just stay their own thing.
Yeah.
I don't want to see 5 different Batman films done at once. But if there is a little bit of overlap, it doesn't bother me. Again, one of my favorite characters going all the way back to childhood. So maybe I'm not the best measuring stick on this one. But I kind of agree with this choice. From what it seems, just based on the Superman trailer, I don't know that Robert Pattinson's Batman is going to fit what James Gunn is looking to do in the DCU, right? That you want this dark, brooding dude that, almost beat an autistic dude to death at the end of his movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, the guy had a rifle, but he was kind of well past the he's a little something, a little dark, a little dark and twisted Batman, and I like it. Just probably doesn't need to be in our Guardians of the Galaxy rendition of the DCU. So I'm good, man. I'm good either way. I would have taken it if he had done it. I think this is a smart decision, though.
I think so, too. I think Derpy hits it on the head. As DC fan, Pattinson wouldn't fit the time period and version of tone the DCU is. I think you mentioned it, too, the tone of it, the violent nature of the Batman in the way Reeves went about it doesn't seem to fit what James Gunn is building. And I think I'm okay with that. I think I would rather, I've seen Reeves and Pattinson do a fucking stellar Batman movie. And I think I'd like them just to be left to their own devices and not have to worry about shoehorning in cameos or anything else, or fitting a different tone a little bit or whatever, right? Like, not have to worry about connecting to a bigger world. I think I like this more than I thought I did.
That's a great point too. I didn't even think about it as far as like what it would do to Matt Reeves's universe, right?
Yeah.
I was only thinking as far as like, this Batman won't fit what they're doing. How much worse will what they are doing
Yeah.
be if they have to, as you said, shoehorn in all this other stuff? I mean, we've already got maybe a similar time for me to bring this up. Colin Farrell kind of adding more context to his why I don't care about doing a season 2. He's kind of like, yeah, I don't want it. I don't not want it. If they write a good enough story that fits what Matt Reeves is doing, then great. But like, I don't want to do. He essentially said, I don't want to do it just because it was successful.
Yeah.
Like, we told the story we wanted to tell. Great. On to the next thing now. So I think that, like you said, if they open that door and then all of a sudden there has to be these continuity, I mean, just go back to our opening segment. If we don't want Batman to turn into Captain America versus Red Hulk, let's just leave these two things alone. Let them be what they are. And never the two shall meet, because multiverses are over. They're dead. Got to the party only 7 years too late. Maybe 4. I don't know.
They're still going to try to get this DCU one right. They're still going. Shadow says he wants a Batman Beyond movie. I would love to see a Batman Beyond movie. They've never even attempted it. Would love to see it. Batman and Spawn, get it done.
The sad part is we should have had it done before, because what a great opportunity for Kevin Conroy to have had a chance to play Batman in live action. Like, he could have played the old man, the decrepit, jaded old man Bruce in live action for Batman Beyond. I'm still here for it. I still want it. Don't get me wrong, but we should have had it a long time ago.
Missed the window. Missed the opportunity.
But hey, Teen Titans, we got that going for us.
Yeah,
which is nice.
I was just leading into two movie announcements in the DCU. Teen Titans is in the works, and there is an animated series called Starfire that will serve as the origin story for the characters. Let me flip this back over to Teen Titans. Are you excited for either of these series? There is really no information other than that. They're getting developed. That's it. But what are your thoughts on this? You excited for either of these shows?
If I will be rooting for Teen Titans for its nostalgia. It was also probably my brother's favorite collection of superheroes. A big Teen Titans guy. And I, obviously, as a huge Batman fan, I love how I'm just going to say, I love me some Dick Grayson, all right, which is a fine sentence to say as long as you say it fast enough.
Nightwing.
Big Nightwing fan.
Never got a live action Nightwing.
So I will be happy if it does well. I don't know that I'm going to mark it on my calendar for me to go watch it. Might have been a better idea to do this as a series. I will say that. I think doing that as a movie is kind of a bad idea because how are you going to set up all of these characters? Again, there's a reason we didn't get the first Avengers movie until, what was it, like the 4th or 5th one? I guess it depends on if you count that Hulk movie that Ed Norton directed.
There is a lot of members in this. Whatever version of the team you take, there's a lot of members. Whew. I'm just scrolling. And the original,
you got to get backstory for all of them.
Yeah, the original team was, like you said, Dick Grayson, Nightwing, Flash, Aqualad, Wonder Girl, Red Arrow, Lilith, Hawk and Dove, Guardian, Narc, Harley Quinn, the Joker's daughter, Bumblebee, Batgirl. Like, that's just the fucking first edition. So
yeah. And of all these folks, I'm assuming I'm gonna take a leap of faith and just assume Ezra Miller will have nothing to do with this Flash. Maybe
I think he's done. I think we're gonna call a spade a spade. I think his career is toast.
So the only two characters that are part of Teen Titans that we would have any familiarity to from the Snyderverse. They're less than likely to lean into those backstories. So we're going to have to get a quick, when we last left our heroes for all these people within the first, it's going to be a painful first act of this movie. That'd be my prediction, is that those first 40 minutes might feel like an hour if this isn't done.
Yeah,
right.
as I don't know, because even James Gunn's talked about, like with Superman, they're not doing a traditional backstory or like origin movie, right? They're just gonna be like, listen, you fucking know, the details, like we'll roll with it. Some of these guys, you can't really do that, right? Like Flash, probably. Dick Grayson has never been in live action anywhere.
Yeah, you can probably speed run his stuff, just make a Batman reference or two, and people will know enough to there are other characters in the group that I think if you've never watched the cartoons or read any of the comics, you're not going to know anything about them. So I imagine Grayson's going to get the least attention out of all these. They'll be like, oh yeah, dude, here's his Robin suit. When he goes to put on Nightwing, he'll have like his Robin suit in a glass case or something. They're like, oh, hey, he's Batman.
You think Joseph Gordon-Levitt will finally get to be Robin, get to be Dick Grayson like everybody thought he was going to be in the Nolan movies?
Yeah, there you go. Then you bring back Chris O'Donnell.
What is up, Jen? Yes, we opened with the MCU.
Jen?
Sorry, the first 30 minutes were on the MCU. So if you want to catch that, just roll her back. That's where we're at. We moved over to DCU just a little bit ago. And then last bit of information on the DCU. Clayface is going to be a part of the DCU and not Matt Reeves movies.
Good, probably.
Let's see, because they announced the date. Let's see. Here's Gunn's comments. Clay is totally DCU. The only thing that's in Matt's world is Crime Saga that he's telling his Batman trilogy, the Penguin series. That's in his lane. Saffron clarified, so still in her DC studio, still in her Rescue of Incredible Rich Matt. He goes, it was important that Clayface be a part of the DCU. It's an origin story for a classic Batman villain that we want to have in our world. It was very outside the grounded, non-super meta-human characters in Matt's world. So Clayface is a DCU character, not a Reeves movie.
It's a much better fit based on what we know. Clayface, it's hard to follow Batman catching the Zodiac with Batman catching Clayface, which again, obviously
doesn't fit, right?
A Riddler, but it wasn't like a cartoon. It was more grounded. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And there is a way that the character that is behind Clayface, like the actor that gets involved, like that could have been potentially done in the Reeves verse, but I'm here for this. I have my doubts. I think about, what was it, Spider-Man 3, where they have the giant sand dude.
Yeah, Sandman.
Yes, it's name. Thank you, Sandman.
Literally, Sandman.
I was right
the
there.
Giant sand dude.
Right there. The giant sand dude.
So
what's his name? His name escapes me.
So close.
Yeah, so I don't know how good Clayface is going to look, but
they say it's a horror movie is what it's looking like here. So what are your thoughts on this? Let me read some of this as I was going through it. Horror visionary Mike Flanagan will serve as the film's writer. Reeves is helping produce it. That's interesting. Let's see.
That's a good call. If
they call it not your traditional superhero tentpole movie, and an indie style chiller. Gunn called Clayface pure fucking horror. Totally real. Their version of the movie, it is so real and true and psychological and body horror and gross. Gunn confirmed Clayface is definitely R-rated.
Who was it that just copy and pasted like movie SEO buzzwords in there? What was it? I gotta find this. It's not your traditional superhero tentpole movie. Who was it saying that?
That's
Saffron. Okay. fucking horror, like totally real. It's so
That's
real
Gunn
and
saying
true.
that,
It's
yeah.
psychological and body horror and gross. It's like, and talk and buzzword and buzzword and buzzword and
Yeah.
buzzword and buzzword. Female counterpart. Yeah, man, change the tape. He glitched out on that one because that sentence
Yeah.
didn't make any sense. It's so real and true and psychological and body horror and okay, what?
Does this feel
Yahtzee.
like it fits into his DCU though? Like a horror movie? Does this fit in with Superman? This seems like
Yeah,
it
and
fits more with
crypto.
Batman, right? Like
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
Batman, like the way they're describing this, it's like, wait a second, this fits in the other one more.
They just need an other world,
Where
sort
we,
of. Like you got the DCU, you got your Reeves verse, and then you've
yeah,
got like the kitchen junk
the
drawer.
dirty
Where
little
it's just like,
freaks.
I got some batteries in here, my spare keys, maybe some sticky tack. Oh, is that Clayface? Yeah, okay. Welcome to the party, pal. I am more confused. The further we get into this article, the more confused I get, James. I thought I was good with it, thought I understood it all. And now
Now
we're
I'm
here,
yeah.
and I don't know.
This I don't. Now I'm confused. Like this one is the one where it's like the way they're explaining this. It sounds like it fits in with James Gunn or
Especially,
with Matt
yeah.
Reeves' version.
Well, maybe it's like the Penguin thing, you
Mhm.
know, where it's gonna be. Because if you had told me, actually, you know what, I would have had my doubts if you had told me, hey, they're gonna do The Sopranos, but with the Penguin, and it's gonna be good. It's not gonna be comic booky at all, and it's gonna be I'll try to say it the way James Gunn said it. It's gonna be fucking dialogue, drama, action, and psychological and fucking
Mhm.
gangster, you know.
This and that and this.
I'd have said, this guy's having a stroke. But hey, I would have been wrong. So you know what? I'm just gonna trust him. I'm very confused. I love the idea of trying to do just a true blue horror movie with a comic book villain, but I'll have low expectations. I love that they're trying this idea.
I love that they're trying it. I'm here for it. I'm just like
Favorite Penguin movie is
it doesn't
Happy Feet.
fit. Whatever, I suppose. I don't know. Whatever.
Can the writers at DC pass their joint to the guys at the MCU? Because on one hand, we got guys with too many ideas that don't fit their universe.
Yeah.
And over here, we got people who can't come up with a fucking idea to save their life, dude. Just
Yeah.
like, oh, what if we just brought the Russos back? That should fix it, right? And Robert Downey. That's a new thing.
Oh, wait, they did.
Is this an idea?
Suppose they did. So who knows over there, right? I don't know if well, I guess we're in wait and see mode, but I don't know. I'm just like
We're
know.
definitely in the darkest timeline, James, if DC starts to win this studio war. That's how I'll really know. There's been a lot of hints that I've been Mandela affected into a new universe, but that would really lock it in for me.
Yeah, that would confirm the issue.
They should do that sports thing where the teams trade guys around and everybody gets all freaked out about it. That would be cool, dude. Like,
we'll trade you this exec for that one.
I trade you Mr. Fantastic for the Plastic Man, who's definitely more rubber than plastic. I never understood that one, but he's like
Mr. Plastic Man. Duh.
If Reed Richards had an ounce of charisma, he'd be the Plastic Man. Like the Plastic Man is like stretchy Deadpool. He is, but more
How
like an
many
Elvis
versions of
impersonator.
the stretchy thing is there? Because there's also Stretch Armstrong too, right? And that's something that Hasbro maybe.
Yeah, I would say that would be. Yeah, I don't know. Did they probably? I mean, At one point, there was a comic for everything. The DCU MCU draft. I love
Yeah,
that.
I'm in. I'm in for it. Oh shit. Moving right along.
Oh,
This one is more my territory, not Kev's. I asked him about it, and he's not watched the
nice
show.
break
And I
time.
was hoping John was gonna be in the chat because he does watch this show. Over the weekend, a new Avatar series was announced, set in the world of The Last Airbender. This is not to be confused with the Avatar movies with the blue people and shit. This is the Airbender Legend of Korra series. They've announced Avatar 7 Heavens, announced over the weekend. It's coming as to expected to Nickelodeon with the original creators Michael DiMartino and Brian. Oh, I can't say that name, so I'm going to skip it. New series will be a 26 episode 2D animated show following young Beth Earthbender, who is the next Avatar, following Korra, which is the second show. In a press release, they said the world is shattered by a devastating cataclysm. Young Earthbender discovers she's a new Avatar. But in this era, she's marked as humanity's destroyer, not its savior. In the other two shows, the Avatar is the savior of humanity. So she's hunted by human and spirit enemies. It's only 2 seasons, 2 13-episode seasons, which I kind of like. Don't drag it out too long. And this will be the first full mainline TV series in quite some time. Legend of Korra came out quite a few years ago. So I know, Kev, this isn't your cup of tea, but pretty excited to get a new Avatar series. Not to be confused with the Netflix show that I've heard middling reviews on. I haven't watched. I've heard just okay reviews about it. Definitely not fucking the shitbag movie by M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong. That was fucking horrible. That came out 10 years ago or whatever. I am very intrigued to see it as they flipped it where the Avatar is not somebody that's here to save the world, but in this version, this new era, everybody wants to kill him and is hunting them, which is going to flip the whole dichotomy on its head. So I know this isn't your cup of tea, but I am pretty fucking stoked there is a new Avatar show on the way. It's been a while. I don't think The Legend of Korra came out at least five to maybe 10 years ago. Let's take a look here.
There are a few things to be excited about with it, at least, just generally speaking. I too love anytime a story teller knows about how long their story is going to take to tell and doesn't just, okay, we got 26 episodes. Great. That sounds like plenty of time. Something that you can invest in. And if it's enjoyable to you, it wouldn't be hard to get multiple viewings in. And I do think there's some fun to be had with the idea of flipping the whole premise on its head. And I mean, that you could be of two minds with that. You could think like, oh, here we go again with, we've got to turn everybody into an anti-hero now. It's almost like they're kind of behind the curve on this one. Like we are maybe moving past some of this where everything was so dark and gritty for a while. And now here I've been amongst a group saying like, can we just have like a nice, good guy Superman? Like that's why I'm all about here for crypto. Like, yay, a happy thing for once. And then so here you have these guys coming. Yeah, this time we're gonna do it, but like it's a bad thing where it's like maybe the timing isn't perfect, but there's only like a couple dozen different stories throughout the history of us anyway. So you're going to get the same thing every now and again.
Yeah.
So I generally speak, I'm here for, I'm happy for y'all who are fans of this series. Once I saw even clips from the M. Night Shyamalan movie, there was no chance for me. I was never going to be a fan of this. I'm so sorry. We only get one chance at a first impression.
And he fucked it up. Yeah.
That's what happened.
Yeah. He fucked it up. So, Harles mentioned it as built-in reason for continuity, and the reason being is when the Avatar dies, they're reborn as a new person, and so they can carry it like there's just a continual lineage. So that's the reason for it. And Korra, and then I love this comment. Korra was great but awful. It's so disheartening to have such an unlikable main character. And then Sleek.
Interesting.
It's a bit of a touchy subject. Korra was, I didn't hate her as much as some people, but she's definitely not Aang from the original series, to put it lightly. So it is interesting. The Legend of Korra ended in 2014, so this sequel is going to be over 10 years after that. So it's not like they're smashing this shit down our throat, which is good. And yeah, here Harles is. Yeah, I mean it's
sounds like a real Ted Mosby, huh? Where it's like, okay, you're the protagonist, huh? All right. I mean, I see it, but also you annoy me. Go away.
Yep.
More Barney, please.
So I'm excited. I love the two seasons. Doesn't seem like much, but I'll let them tell their story, and I'm okay with it not just being never ending. I'm a fan of people knowing the story they want to tell and hammering it down and then going with it. And then hopefully Sleek gets to find out what happened to the Cabbage Man.
That is the beautiful thing. And I know we've discussed this at length, depending on the show, where there is something to be said about a lack of consistency in your runtime. But I think when you have 26 episodes, as long as you're not just all over the place, as long as generally speaking you're in the same window, you also like it's not a cable show anymore, so you're not stuck to like we have 22 or what is it, like 46 minutes, like we have the time that we have, and there's no fluctuation. If we need more time for this episode to get us, not too bad, we can't have it, which means we got to then even if it was only an additional 2 minutes we needed, now we've got to fill 22 minutes to make up that gap. So I don't know, I'm a fan of them just saying, all right, we got 2 seasons, let's do it.
Speaking of, you bring up a good point I didn't even think about for the show tonight, but have you watched any of the new Invincible season?
Not yet, no, but we will be because I am still finishing my catch-up session of last season, so that way I am fresh.
I won't go into too much detail other than you were just talking about runtimes and stuff. They stick an episode in the middle. It's the most recent one that came out that I'm just like flabbergasted over, because it just, to me, it doesn't really move the plot along. It's more like a filler episode, and I'm interested. I can't wait to we'll have an open discussion on it, but I'm interested to see once you get caught up to talk about the season as the whole. Like, I think it's pretty good. Animation's good and everything. I've got some gripes, and I'm going to save them for another show when you get all caught up.
Perfect. Yeah, because that's definitely one I'll want to review once the whole season is done.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll get caught up.
I'll save that. We'll save that. I think they might be on episode 5. I think there's 3 episodes left, so we've got time. Last few topics I got on the docket. Last of Us Season 2 release date is announced. It will start airing on April 13th, so just about 6 weeks out. I still have no idea how they're going to do the show. I'm very interested to see how they break down Season 2 compared to the game. But yeah, so we will get April 13th is when that will start, and I probably will be talking about it every week because I love that. I love the series. I love video games, and then the first season was really good. Then the other major development in the entertainment world over the weekend was James Bond is making a move. Amazon now has creative control of the 007 James Bond franchise. Producers Michael G. Wilson and Barbara Broccoli taking a step back.
Barbara Broccoli?
That's a hell of a fucking name. That's real.
What a stage name. I love that. If it's real, I like it even more.
Yep. Amazon MGM Studios has entered agreement with longtime producers and co-owners of the franchise, those two, to take creative control of James Bond going forward. So Amazon is running the show. News comes after a Wall Street Journal report alleged that a stalemate between Broccoli and Amazon had turned ugly. That Broccoli didn't trust Amazon with the character.
Yeah, same here. More than just a pretty name, that Barb Broccoli.
Let's see. Wall Street Journal reported that Broccoli was concerned Amazon wouldn't take a risk on a new Bond casting preferring known stars, which ran counter to her casting of Craig in 2006, because at the time he was pretty unknown.
Psh, not if you had seen Layer Cake. Wow.
No known script right now for James Bond film.
I can't wait to see Andy Dwyer as James Bond, because you know that's what's happening. Like, don't they just feed everything to what's his name? Chris Pratt? Pratt.
Yep. I don't like this. I don't know what your thoughts are. I don't know if I like Amazon being in charge of James Bond. What are your thoughts?
I like Amazon being in charge of anything. I wish I could turn back time to Bezos just being a bald librarian out of his garage. I think we'd all be in a better place if Amazon did about a third of the things at max that they do already. But no, with the streaming of it all, no. I mean, just based on my little incoherent rant earlier about the state of these film studios already, Amazon's one of the last places that I want to see any well-known storytelling IP go to. Like the TV shows, they've kind of won me over, right? Like they've got Invincible, they've had The Boys. So like when it comes to their TV department, I'm like, okay, I will trust you. But as far as the movies go, name me your favorite movie produced by Amazon.
I can't. I'm gonna be real honest with you. I don't think I can name a movie they've produced.
I bet you Chris Pratt's in it.
I'm going to pull up a list.
The only one I can think of is the one where the time travel one, where he has to like go in time to save his daughter or some. Oh, the Suspiria remake was with Amazon. Okay. Well, this is what, hey, if chat pops a few good names in here, maybe they'll change my mind.
Wow, they've got a lot of, the list is huge. I don't know. This might not be what they've developed.
What the hell is that?
List of films originally produced or distributed.
Yeah, Harles is a good point. It says it much better probably than I have. I don't know if art was meant to be made and handled by Monopoly.
Correct.
Just kind of, yeah, right? Just with like the, we've got, I want more AI. The AI should be responding to my customer service emails, not drawing pictures for me. I want the time to draw the pictures. Shit. You answer the shitty work email, robot. Like, how did we get so backwards? The robots are doing all the fun stuff. And I'm over here plugged in like a potato to the Matrix. What's going on?
Rumor is they spent $1 billion to get control. Jesus fucking Christ, that's a lot of money.
Fair enough, Harles.
Wow.
Oh. And did you guys hear in other really sad news, Asteroid 2024 YR4 is no longer going to at risk of hitting the Earth?
Yeah, don't tell me that. It was like a 3.91%.
I know, it kept getting higher. I was like, come on, baby. Going out just like the dinosaurs. That if you would have told a 6-year-old Kevin that he was going to go out like the dinosaurs, he'd have said, that's pretty cool, man. That's pretty neat.
That sucks. Your AI comments here brought up something that I also missed too. Did you see? I'm going to shout him out. Give James Cameron credit for this. There's going to be a title card on the next Avatar movie, and the first thing it's going to say is there was no generative AI used in the making of this movie. It's going to be the first thing it says. Did you see that? He's going to do that.
No, I love that, and I just hope it's the truth. I hope it's not just
yeah. I don't know how you
can you imagine. Hey, Chat GPT, can you write this title card for me that says I didn't use any generative AI? Never tell me the odds.
We won't be able to tell until you look at their hands and there's an extra thumb or finger. The six fingered people, that's how you know. Or you marvel it and reuse the same woman in the poster twice.
Oh God.
I don't know.
shame.
I'm not here for it. I don't want Amazon in charge.
Who do we
of my
have?
James Bond.
Should we cast James Bond? Because if Amazon's going to run it, it's
Oh, they're
going to
gonna
need to
cast
be
the
on the
name.
back of a very strong performance. And is it too late? For the longest time that I can remember, it was sort of like a John Krasinski, Mr. Fantastic deal. I feel like Idris Elba has been
he's been the
fantastic as
name.
James Bond for the last 20 years. And I would take it.
Be okay
Sean
with it.
Connery.
I've saw Aaron Taylor Johnson, and I'm not on board with that one. I'm not a huge fan of his.
You know what? He surprises me. Was it
Henry Cavill? Yeah,
Tenet?
that's a big one.
Tenet? Wasn't he in that one?
I don't know what the fuck that name. How you say it? Yeah, Henry Cavill auditioned years ago for it.
There have been a few films because when you hear Aaron Taylor Johnson, I think Kick-Ass, but then I realize that he was
I liked him in
barely
Kick-Ass.
a teenager at that point. And now he's an adult. That apparently has lifted some weights. That dude got he's fucking big,
jacked.
dude.
Yeah,
He is jacked. And I would honestly, cast him. I'm good for that because anyone who had to go through whatever he went through to play Kraven and then only to have the experience of being the star of Kraven the Hunter, he deserves a win, I think.
I can get behind that.
Plus, I'm pretty sure he was groomed. His wife is 60. So, throw the guy a bone.
Okay, right there.
Thank you, Ken. We have to be consistent about these things.
We have to be consistent across the board. Stu would like to let you know if you like this kind of talk, comment, join the chat, join the Discord, like, subscribe.
There's plenty more.
Plenty more.
Plenty more where that came from.
Last but not least, to get us over the hour mark, my last topic for the night is Assassin's Creed Shadows. People are streaming it right now, which is odd because the game doesn't come out for a month. They are streaming it a month before its release date.
People are broadcasting their crimes again.
Yep, broadcasting their crimes. Obviously, these Twitch streams are getting pulled down, but it doesn't launch until March 2025. I want to know, Headbug recently got an Xbox and has been playing Assassin's Creed. She says she's playing Syndicate, but how do we know, Kev? How do we know it's not her fucking streaming? We don't, because she got pulled down.
Can't confirm.
So somehow there was some copies of it that got out, and don't know how it happens, but man, that would that blows for a company that when you're releasing a game and you've got all the build up and then somehow somebody somewhere fucks up and copies of it get out and now it's fucking getting streamed a month before it gets released. That just sucks.
It does. And my heart goes out to the developers because probably there aren't many people who experience crunch and workplace pressure, I imagine, gaming developers on almost always an understaffed and underappreciated team. As far as the company goes that's behind, what is this, the 28th rendition of the same IP? I don't know that Assassin's Creed is as guilty as other game franchises are, where they've just microtransactioned you to the moon and back, where it's just a complete ripoff. But generally speaking, I hope I don't get put in jail for this one. I don't care about this. I think if if buying a game does not give you ownership of it, then pirating that game is not stealing it. If you can buy something that can be removed from your console,
Okay.
and you can never have access to it again, although you paid the same price that I paid for it on a disc, then how the hell is pirating that off the internet a crime? But I'm just kidding, guys. You wouldn't download a car, so don't download Assassin's Creed, even though it's not like we're all getting ripped off with these digital copies, James.
Not at all. That's why you buy physical. Always buy physical media. Always. Only rage quit. That's pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. Considering this is our first console in like 20 years. Absolutely.
I would download a car. Yeah, who wouldn't, dude? Come on.
Speaking of cars, I gotta be real careful with these newfangled cars coming out. I heard over the weekend that they are now sending ads to cars. Some of these new cars that have all the fancy stuff built in, they're sending ads to them.
But that it's at a hazard. Like, can't you?
I would think so.
That is gross.
Let's see if I can.
Come on, dude. What in the
sick shit?
What in the Elon Musk is that? Come on. That sounds like some shit he would do. He needs some he needs an interest-free loan.
Jeep owners are fed up with in-car ads.
In-car ads?
Jeep owners,
like this cup holder brought to you by Michelin.
This was a couple weeks ago. Many are receiving repeated pop-up ads on their cars' infotainment screens asking them to sign up for an extended warranty. They say, some say appears every time their car rolls to a stop.
I should have put that one on the screen. I'm sorry.
What was it? Which one?
If you know, you know. I will say the joke. You know what? Here's a joke that I just came up with on my own. It's almost like nobody wants to impress Jodie Foster anymore. All right. Some of you will get that joke, and hopefully none of you that get that joke work for the government.
I don't know, Headbug. Maybe it'll just completely stop. The parent company, Stellantis, which that sounds like corporate America, obviously, attributed the persistent nature of the ad to a software glitch. Sure, that's what it was. Sure, that was.
Dude, if that isn't the most car salesman technique I've ever heard of. Yeah, we're just gonna we'll open up the ads, and then if anybody calls it out, oh yeah, sorry, that was an accident. Whoops.
Last year, Ford, this is terrifying stuff. Last year, Ford filed a patent for in-car advertising system that would use car speakers and display screen to serve ads to drivers and passengers. That system would also use the car's GPS tracker to serve ads relevant on the route. Oof, I hate this. I hate this.
Wait until they install like a temperature, a thermostat for your cup holder. And they can tell, like, if your cold drink gets warm or if it's become empty, so they no longer feel it. Then all of a sudden you get a fucking Dunkin' Donuts ad in your car, like, hello, driver. And it's just always, you think it's a song, and it's actually just, what's her name? Sabrina Carpenter. Like, you think Espresso's about to come on, but it's actually just a fucking Dunkin' Donuts ad. They're like, in your face, bitch. You are not in control anymore. We will advertise to you. Oh my God, whenever we want. Can you imagine on top of your lease now, there will be in here, and if you sign here for this extra $27 a month, you get ad-free driving. No those pesky ads while you're in the car.
Unbelievable, right?
Holy shit, dude. God, we're into dystopia. We're in it full on.
The patent said it could even use in-car cameras that identify who was driving and personal ads for them. Ford will obviously
great. So I'm going to get nothing but Keeps ads while I drive. Hey, Baldy. Hey, you don't want to lose any more of that hair, do you?
Yeah.
That's great. That's great. I can't wait to careen off
Log
of a
into
cliff.
disable. Ford walked back the idea as soon as media caught on. I'm sure they're walking it back. I'm sure that's exactly what they're doing. Cannot log in while car is in motion. Get the fuck out of here with this shit.
Yeah,
I will drive my 2009 Silverado forever.
Yeah.
just to avoid shit like this.
How long before
James,
your
you know they
car's
have
like,
cars
I'm
that get
sorry.
100 miles a gallon now, right? I'm like, nope, they ain't fucking touching them.
I can't do that, James. I'm sorry.
Do they play at 10 times normal volume? Like,
Oh my God. Yes. Like a YouTube ad. Your tires are bald and so are you.
God. Dweeb is anti in car ads.
Oh my God, dude. The kind of ads they're going to get when the camera inside my car sees that the passenger seat warmer is only ever used for fast food. That's the only time I've ever used it. Got to keep that pizza warm.
Facial recognition to start your car. Get ready.
Oh, dude. Oh my God. Yay. We need to at least just go full Blade Runner at this point.
Yeah, it's not good. Not good. Yeah, Dweeb is anti this shit. What up, Anthony? You came at quite a time.
Ho ho!
A hell of a fucking got some steps in so you could eat that pizza.
Nice. Okay. That's a pretty good deal, I think, right?
Harles uses the seat warmer for the dog. I approve that.
Yes, you will own nothing and be happy. That's yeah, right. That's
Hi,
where
have
we're
you had
headed.
a car accident in the last 3 years?
Right?
Insurance ads. That's all we have for today, folks. Fuck ads and cars. We are out.
Instead of
on this.
are you getting a wreck and it just calls your insurance to narc on you right away? Like,
Oh, no.
hello,
Oh,
we're connecting you to your State Farm agent. Like, you
Can't even try to
motherfucker!
hide it.
It was a shopping cart. Fuck you.
Well, camera footage shows that there's no shopping carts anywhere near you. Thank you everybody for joining us today. Harles, Kang, Sleek, Headbug, Derpy was in there earlier. Nate was in there too. Anthony popping in late. We appreciate each and every one of you. Shadow as well. Kind of just scrolling here. I don't think I got everybody. Apologies if I did miss you. We are back on our normal schedule. I'm back full time again. Thankfully, Kev carried the show for us last week. Please like, subscribe, share. Kev killed it last weekend. Thanks to him. Kev, outside of here, where can they find you at? You got some Clout Route stuff going on right now?
Yeah, thanks to all of you guys, really, who came through last week, kept me company. Even when the show got off the rails a little bit, I've learned my lesson about, well, no, I haven't. That's a goddamn lie. I didn't learn a thing about last week's double stream. But hopefully we won't get interrupted the next time we stream solo. I do have another episode of the Clout Route coming on Sunday, and as of now, maybe you will be pleasantly surprised, and you might have a little video pop up on your feed tomorrow evening. But I'm going to bet that our next video from the Clout Route will be released on Friday. So take a look at that one. It's probably gonna be like 20 to 30 minutes. That's gonna be a doozy. All right. There's a lot of recording Danny and I did for that one. So I hope you all enjoy it. And yeah, more stuff coming here. More little one-off streams and videos. Some of the stuff we've talked about tonight, you will hear us talk about again. I'm looking at you, Invincible. And got some other things in the works as well. But James, what about you, sir? Thank you for taking back over. It's good to have you back. But you got anything else
folks
coming up?
Nope.
For the folks?
We will be live Wednesday talking the new Andor trailer that came out today. We'll be back normal time next week. I'll try to do some pre-recorded content this week. I got to look and see what I got. I'm just happy to be back and happy nobody left us. Happy Kev appeased the masses. So thank you guys for watching us. We appreciate you. As always, we will be back next Monday, 6 p.m. and we'll be live again this Wednesday, 9 p.m. Till next time, folks. We'll see you.